Hi you guys, Antoinette coming to you from Creations PS91. I am coming to you guys today with another tutorial, and the tutorial is on slipper socks, guys. I wanted to bring you guys some alternatives that you can use to make slipper socks. I have two ways that you can make it. But before we get into that, let me go ahead and tell you what our hooks and our yarn and stuff that we went on used. So for this right here, for this slipper sock, we used a 6.0 hook, and we used the big twist, 100% acrylic, and 380 yards. So this is one of the big ones, and I only needed one for this one. Okay, so over here we have the hook size I used was a 4.25, and we used the yarn Flikka by Lion Brand, and this one was 3.5 ounces, and I needed two of these. Okay, so now let's get into these stitches. Okay, so the stitch that you guys see here, I'm sorry you guys, I didn't tell you the colors. So this one right here is light rose, and this one right here is Sidewalk. What a beautiful name, huh? Sidewalk. Light rose. Okay, so the stitch that we have right here, guys, is the waffle stitch. The reason why I chose this stitch was because it is stretchable, and in slipper socks we kind of need that in our lives. So very stretchable. I love the stitch. And then over here we have the back loop. Okay, and that is very stretchable, but it makes these beautiful ridges on them, which I love as well. So with this one over here, for both of the socks, I actually chain 70 stitches on both socks. Okay, so let's open up this one. Okay, so this one right here, 70 chains all the way down, and then I made two of them and I seamed them up. Okay, I did the same thing with this one over here, 70 chains, back loop, two of them, and seamed them up. Okay, so this one of course became out longer because that's how I wanted it. This one is longer, of course, because the width of this is a 4 medium, and this is a 3. And so just the difference in the weight of the yarn will give you, your length, because one is thicker than the other. So these are a great option to make for Christmas. It takes no time. You can chuck these out in a day. No time at all. So I'm going to do a tutorial on the back loop. I have a full-blown video on how to do the waffle stitch. If you are working in multiple of 3s, you are fine. If you are making this for someone, you can multiple of 3s. If their feet is bigger, longer, wider, multiple of 3s when you're counting. And it's up to you, of course, if you want it short or long or medium, but just work in multiple of 3s. Okay, and so then of course here, this is what I'm going to do the tutorial on. So let's jump right into the tutorial, guys. Hey guys, I wanted to peek back in. I forgot to tell you guys the rows that I used. For this one right here, I used 9 rows. For one panel, I used 9 rows. Okay, and then for this one, I used 7 rows for one panel. So one on this one, and then of course, because you're going to make 2 of each one. Okay, so 2 right here. Well, you're going to have a total of 4. So, and then you just seam them up. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to pop back in and tell you that. Let's get into the tutorial now. All right, you guys, let's jump right into the tutorial. So I am doing the back loop. And remember, I'm going to link the video for the waffle stitch down in the description box so you guys can see a full tutorial on that one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 10. Now, this is very beginner friendly, which I love. I think beginners are awesome when crocheting. It's just so awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna chain 10 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so if you see this, you see some V's. Let me get my handy dandy darning needle. And so you can see the V's, right? And so the back loop is this right here. That is our back loop. And so as you're working up those slippers, this is where you're going to put your stitches just along that back loop. And then when you get over here and you turn it, you are going to put it in that back loop right here. And so the whole sock is worked in the back loop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to turn my work. So I turn my work. And there we go. So I turn my work. And so now there's my back loops. And I did single crochets, okay, in the back loops. And that's the stitch, the whole for the socks. So you're going to chain 70 and you're going to go and you're just going to work in the back loop. And the perfect yarn is the variegated yarn. And that's what you do the whole entire way. Working in that back loop. And it makes it so stretchy that it is perfect for the slipper sock. Right? There we go. I'll finish it off. And then I will bring the star of the show back, which is our back loop. I'm calling it a back loop sock, slipper sock. There we go. So this is a perfect stitch for this. And like I said in the opening, that's what I wanted to bring to you guys. 2 ways to actually do the slipper socks. You know, if you're thinking, look at this. So if you're thinking like, oh my goodness, what stitch should I use to make these socks because they have to be stretchy? This is one of the stitches. Okay? All right, you guys, so that is it for me. I wanted to bring some suggestions for you guys for working the slipper sock. I hope that it was helpful for you guys. If you liked the video, you guys, give me a big thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing on my channel, go ahead and subscribe. And so you don't miss anything. We got a lot going on here at Creations PS91, and we just for you guys. So hopefully you subscribe and come back and see us. And that is it for me. And remember, you guys, when you're working with your hands, you always have peace within your heart. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.